the blue Isengard player Ictelion versus the red Isengard player Avi in the game number 4. The score is 3-0. I mean, maybe I was predicting the future. 3-0 for Avi, and this is scripted. There's gonna be some race, you know. We can keep attention to this one. They will also move from this location. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And here we have also a couple of art stuff. Look, they are building. They called it a mine. A mine. Oh, something is gonna happen very soon. But I don't want to miss the build either. So 2 furnaces. The Uruk pit into the 3rd furnace. That's gonna be for Ictelion. And we see 2 furnaces. Uruk pit into the 3rd furnace. Also for Avi. Pretty much the same concept. The same start for both the players. We have fire drakes on this map. I think they are the hardest. I don't think, I know this is gonna be the hardest to creep layer. The fire drakes will melt you. Look, the battle wagon, you see this? They are going ham, boys. Oh. Number 1 spot. Okay, so the plan is to recruit Uruks for Avi and also Uruks for Ictelion. He's going to build the Uruk pit number 2. And that's something Avi wants to do. He might actually go for the Warg pit instead and recruit the Warg riders to counter this. But we shall see. As for the heroes, you have of course the chance to recruit pretty much every single hero also from Rise of the Witch King. The cheapest one being Wormtongue, Sharko, Lurtz, and Saruman. But guys, I wish there would be a potential for us to reach a game in which we can see Saruman hitting level 10. Okay, he has ability pretty much similar to the ability from Gandalf when he's level 10, the Word of Power, but the animation is looking lit. It's different. it looks amazing. But of course, getting a hero to level 10 is not very easy. Uruks versus Uruks. They are using, this one is using whole ground stance, this one doesn't. Let's see actually who's gonna win this. They're both using the shield formation, of course, but the whole ground stance beats the other one. Scam what happened. Okay, so big damage taken by the Uruks. It looks like they won't be able to achieve too much. No crossbowman though. And there is gonna be a crossbowman very, very soon, which might be just in time. But the furnace is so squishy in this game. You will see what I mean the second they hit. You see this? They're hitting so hard. Like a few Uruks, but it's gonna be just enough. By the time they are moving, yeah, it's gonna go down. Level 2 unlocked. And now they can even maybe disengage from this. But it looks like they will just commit. But a furnace is a furnace, you know? It's going down. Again, you see what Avi is doing? That's what you want to do in order to get a chance to save your furnace. You want a body block. And that's what he's doing. Body blocking so they can't reach out to this furnace. But in the meantime, this furnace is going to be destroyed. Crossbowmen are trying to rotate, but they also won't be there in time. The Uruks are disengaging. And PowerPoint wise, Palantir has been chosen by both the players. Palantir will give you, of course, the ability to reveal the area, to discover the enemy faction. But in addition to that, you also get 15% more speed. But I think it's mainly about the revealing. And what's your favorite section in this game? In BFME 2, I don't know, man. I think it's... I think the coolest faction is, for me personally, Mordor, because I think Mordor is so different from all the other Mordors we have seen in BFME 1 and the Rise of the Witch King. You have the chance to recruit those 3 cheap mounted Nazgûls. They are zooming. You have Corsairs. You can later on also recruit Fairbees and Witch King. But the early game you have, you know, with the cheap Nazgûls, it's pretty lit. I like it. It's different. And also goblins, the playstyle from goblins seems also to be interesting because you see those cave trolls spam. And Mordor, generally speaking, I think has the most options. You have the chance later on to recruit attack trolls, for example. You can recruit Mumakills from the Mumakil pen. So you have like, when you have enough money, the options you have with the Mordor faction are pretty much limitless compared to all other factions. Like alone the fact that you can recruit attack trolls from a thing level 3 and you have a Mumakil pen to recruit those big beasts, making Mordor so unique in many ways. Okay, so we gather our army, tens of thousands. Warg pit up on the field for the Warg riders. And of course, it's gonna count it as Uruks being sent forward solo without pikemen reinforcements. So they will not achieve anything with this. That comes a Warg rider. The whole ability is pretty much like, you see, overrides damage leadership. So you can't use this and war chant. I mean, you can, but it won't do anything for you because it will override the damage leadership. But I personally like the damage, I mean the leadership things they've done to this game a lot. Remember in Rise of the Witch King you can have only one leadership, but in this game it's a bit different. So it's more complex. So you need to think about, you know, things, but it makes also kind of sense in many ways. A hero that costs a lot of money like Aragorn, for example, will have a better leadership than a hero that is cheap like Theoden. And you can stack them up a little bit. You can have a cheap hero, armor leadership, a high tier leadership, damage leadership. So heroes are gonna be more your focus in the late game. Because the leadership stacking will make them way more important in those big fights. Okay, that's a big army actually. Pikemen to protect them. 1, 2, 3. Palantir has been used. They are now zooming around a little bit. There is no Warg Rider yet for this Isengard player. And it means this has to be protected somehow. I don't know how, but it's gonna be hard to fight, to commit. Because the problem is, now you need to recruit pikemen to counter the Warg Riders, but your pikes will be slaughtered by everything else Ave has to offer. From Uruks to the crossbowmen. So more diversity, you know, I like the more diversity here. The army is more mixed up, which makes it kind of difficult to counter. And the first hero of the game is going to be Lourdes. Lourdes has been recruited. The furnace will be found and taken down. Okay, beautiful. And look, you see, he has no answer to this push from Avi. Not an answer at all. There is no way this Actarion he's playing like a tier 3. Yeah, he's playing too passive, you know. But the micro from Avi is so good, you know. I think he doesn't give you a window of engagement. You see, the way he's moving with his army, he doesn't give you opportunity to commit to the army. He's like always having all of this stuff kind of protecting each other and kind of forcing you to split up a little bit, you see? And then you need to take an unfavorable fight.
I will represent the men of Gondor.
Deep vision, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Like that's the only way you can win this fight. You need to kind of come from behind. But you see, Wargs would counter this. There comes the Wildman of the Island Summon on top of the enemy army. You have no cav, you have no trample. The Wildmen, they can slaughter you, like they just do. Lourdes has been recruited. The Uruk pit is building up now. He lost both the Uruk pits, by the way. In the meantime, it means he couldn't recruit any more units in the last, I would say, 60 seconds. We see Uruk pit 2, 3, 4 Uruk pits. Now let the spam begin, okay? So basically, the game is over. Holy, Harvey. So we have the red man of the West player Ave Harvey versus the blue goblin player Ictilion. So good against evil. We have seen this matchup already 3 times. Ave was able to win this as men against goblins and as goblins against men. Now 3 times a charm, okay? Maybe it needed to be played 2 times before Ictilion can finally pull this off and win this game. Okay, so 2 tunnels into the Goblin Cave. On the other side, we see 2 farms for men, eventually into a barracks around this location. Or will he go for the 3rd farm? It's a snow design map, but I'm happy that the winter is over, you know? I agree with you, in the games of Rise of the Witch King are getting worse and worse as the new patches get released. I don't know what is going on, seriously. Maybe it's about the player's behavior or something, but I just like, it was kind of too much of a spam. I don't have any slow-mo, but not like Shanks host. Slightly worse, yeah, okay. No, we are using in this at this time we are using the Redmine VPN. So basically, it's like a better way to play online. I believe it's like less laggy. That's what people told me. So Redmine VPN gives you the chance to also play mods with each other, for example, or sometimes you have like this connection problems with Game Ranger, that you have this italic problems with other people. And when you use Redmine VPN, you won't have any of these problems anymore. So the Cave Pets was able to scout. He's able to see those tower guards from Gondor. We see 1, 2, 3 farms as he's building up the number 4. And we see 2 goblin caves for the goblin player. He has 3 tunnels kind of protecting around his fortress. You see the placement is very important. So you get a bit less money. Here you get only 20, but it has a better protection because tunnels are the worst. I mean the weakest resource buildings in the game. They have only 1000 HP. So taking it down will take you legit a second and a half. While a farm is a bit tankier. I mean, almost 100% tankier. So he's able to see this. Maybe he can steal the money. It's going to be a 50-50 situation once again. And he was able to get the last hit. And all the money. Holy. That's the host advantage right there, boys. You see the host advantage is big. Coming in clutch in those situations. And that's a big, big fail for Avi. There comes the human wood. For the armor buff, they're also using the whole ground stance to get even tankier. That's why they are able to tank a little bit longer, but the goblin archers are still slaughtering. The tunnel is very important here because he's able to bring more and more reinforcements, and he needs to do this in order to keep the tunnel protected. Again, the tunnel is quite squishy. It will go down in a second. He's trying to make it to the archers, but Ectirion is paying attention to this location. Tower guards are using the porcupine formation to get a bit more tankiness. They can't really attack during this formation effectively, but it's all about absorbing and tanking damage. And pikemen and porcupine are super tanky. Farm is going down, but so is the tunnel. It means goblin player will not be able to bring in reinforcements to this location anytime soon. But don't you worry, because he has another tunnel set up. And that's the playstyle we are looking for when we want to talk about goblins or dwarves. That's what they want to do. Because the bigger the map is, the more impactful those tunnel networking system for goblins and mine shafts for dwarves are. I mean, it's even more important for dwarves because they are so slow. And goblins are fast in regardless, you know what I mean? So it's not a big deal for them to walk. But when you play dwarves and you need to walk from this location to this location, holy, it's gonna take you a while, you know? But this one is destroyed too. And there is another tunnel building up. The man player has vision around this location, so he's able to see this from the fortress vision in the farm. And there is more and more goblins coming. So far, 0 economical damage dealt to the goblin player's economy. Untouched. 2 goblin caves and a fissure level 2 for the marauders, okay? Again, these are very important units when it comes to destroy production buildings. They can take down the barracks and archer range in a few seconds. The farm will be cancelled to get the full money back because he knows he can't protect it. He's camping on the human wood for more tankiness to protect this farm, but the goblins will just, you know, go to the next farm. There are plenty of options. You don't need to kind of focus on one structure. Alright, tunnel here, destroyed. So far, no offensive tunnel remaining on the field anymore for the goblins. And also this map is, has like a fire drake layer. And the signal fire in this game will give you actually reduction on your power points. So you will be able to get faster spell back. And it's very significant too, because one of them only gives you 25% recharge time. So you have like a quarter faster reloading abilities. The farm here will be taken down. I believe the archers won't be there in time, or will they? Or they actually will be. They one-shot everything. Yeah, it's gonna be protected just barely. PowerPoint wise, we have 6 power points against 6. It's pretty even. The builder is gonna get away. The archers not shooting, they are not in the range. And now it's the first time we see men going for a counter push, counter attack. But will he be able to deal any damage? Because goblins are ready to defend, okay? You see the archers are slaughtering. There comes the cave pads to make the enemy units weaker, to take less damage and deal more damage. There is another squad coming with 2 battalions of swordmen, archer, and 1 tower guard. The builder might be in trouble. Ectirion is not paying attention. The archers are dealing great damage, but just not great enough. He's splitting them up a little bit, you know, getting more targets. So this one, as you can see and tell, it's going down in a second, and also this one might be taken down, but he's killing the goblins first because he knows he can win the battle. No spider riders means there is no need to actually recruit any tower guards for the man faction. But again, tower guards are not only there to kill spider riders, but also to kill trolls and destroy production buildings. I mean, Manplay is doing a phenomenal job defending and finding the perfect balance, you know, between defending and putting pressure. Human wood is gonna be pleased. So basically pretty simple and straightforward. The second the first human wood disappears, your human wood is gonna be available again. So it's also like a nice and easy way to keep the track of your enemy's land. You know, because then when the land disappears, you know he can use it again. So the troll has been recruited, punching the last soldier in the face. But goblins have lost their momentum. There was a time it was looking very good for goblin player Ectelion, but the time is over. The stable building up. He's gonna use the Hobbit summon defensively to protect his level 2 farm, but it might just not be enough. You can see even the farm, which is tanky, fireworks, will he go down? It will go down, and that's a big investment to achieve absolutely nothing. It's like a horrible situation for man. The positioning is very good because the human wood has been covered by the tainted land. So he was able to destroy or negate the human wood. And here he can camp pretty much because the second the units coming from the barracks, they will get shot in the face. But he will just keep chasing down the hobbits. The hobbits are losing time remaining. It's halfway gone already. So they will have to leave the Middle Earth very soon as the farm number 2 has been destroyed by the White Man of Dunland from the special summon of the Goblin player. And the man player is dropping down to 600 command points. You see, those level 2 resource buildings are highly valuable. You lose them, you lose a lot. Oh, Sauron wants to play. Okay, so we can make it so, guys, if you want, if you all want, we can make it, if Avi agrees, of course. If Avi wins this, we can make winner has to play against Sauron. Okay, but this game is not over yet. What is this blue animation? You see the footsteps on the ground? I like it. I think this game is looking very good for Ectelion. 800 against 600. Hobbit summon kind of wasted. The farm is going down to the goblins. The Gondor Knights are coming and coming. Oh, beautiful opening. Oh, nice trample. But you don't want to trample too deep because you get slowed down. Now, a few of them will be killed by the half-trolls marauders. Now, you see the slow. Yeah, that's... Well, you want to go for like a flank situation. You want to go for a small trample and get away. He was able to survive, but most of them got killed. He's trying to reposition with the half-troll marauders to block them, but they can't be blocked. They are getting one more beautiful trample. Nice micro from Avi. And in the meantime, the rangers are killing the pikemen. And it's a big W in this skirmish for the Turkish player Avi. But in the meantime, here the trolls are smashing those rangers with the trees in their hands. One of them being level 2. The marauder level 4 was able to survive. You can send him back and he will be respawning slowly but surely over time. And also this tunnel might be destroyed. But you can see the cave pets are also causing like a fear situation. They can't move for a few seconds. But again, tunnel just not tanky. Exposed ranger has no chance. A 1v1 situation you can't win. So you need like multiple rangers. You want to kill the trolls before they can make it to you, right? And one ranger can't do this. There is no need for the official level 3 because, I mean, you of course, you can recruit the giants later on for the siege. But it's a little bit too early for the siege yet. 800 command points against 600 command points. But now with the elite units, right? Rangers, they're gonna hit a bit harder compared to the archers of Gondor. And stable also only level 1. So maybe you want to recruit Theoden or something, you know, or Boromir could be also nice, because Boromir, we've seen him, he can actually counter the trolls by knocking them down on the ground. Maybe Boromir could be a nice hero here. Okay, so, but it is not over until it's over. The builder will be killed by the rangers. Yep, he's gone. The trolls. Oh, beautiful hit. They got knocked down and chunked big time. They actually lost 50% of their HP, but he's afraid of the ranges, and he should be. He should be, because tower guards protecting them, backing them up will make it almost impossible for the trolls to commit to this fight, because they need to walk over the tower guards, and that's something you don't want to do because you will get one-shotted. He's building multiple towers now for the protection, but he will still lose a lot. And we are talking about highly valuable structures. A level 2 tunnel, even level 2 has only 2000 HP, and you can see tower guards, which are not meant to destroy those buildings fast, they are still able to melt the tunnels in a second. But in the meantime, big counterattack is happening. Tom Bombadil has to be special summoned defensively. Rallying all Warden has been used on this army too. They are glowing. They are committing to the fortress, which might be a big mistake. Troll is knocking down the Knights of Gondor on the ground. You need to manually attack the troll with the fortress. Is he maybe nuts to go for this structure? I think he might be. You want to destroy the buildings around it. The farm level 2 is going to be destroyed too. The fortress has been chunked. Remember, the manufacturing is no rebuild in this game. The farm level 2 is quite tanky, and these marauders need a few seconds to destroy this. But I think it was a mistake to commit, but it will not matter, as we're calling it GG anyway. That's going to be the first sign of hope for the player from Argentina. The score is now 4-1, and Ectelion is saying, I'm not defeated just yet.